So, as many of you guys will know, I am a Jiro main, right? And a lot of people ask me why. I haven't played Brawl in a few days, by the way. I am just back from playing some of the Nevertake. But, so, I have been a Jiro main for a while, and he is the worst character. I think most people know that. He has two weapons which are not bad, and this is why it's very weird that Jiro is the worst character. He has two weapons that aren't bad in any sense of the word bad, right? And he doesn't particularly have the worst SIGs, but that's not the deal breaker. The deal breaker are his stats, right? He's the worst character simply because he has mediocre SIGs. He has mediocre SIGs and very bad stats. Arguably the worst stats in the game, right? And it's not just his stats, like on another weapon wouldn't be that bad, but he has Scythe and Sword, right? And honestly, Scythe and Sword, Dex is useless, right? And you have 4 damage and 4 defense. So what it leaves you with is a character which needs to hit their opponent, a lot more than their opponent needs to hit them to win the game. On a weapon which one of them is hard, the other one is just very fundamental. So you don't need the Dex on Sword, and you don't need it on the side. So you waste a lot of stats. Having 7 speed isn't bad, you know, but mixed with the other stats, it just makes for a very bad character. But it makes for a very fun character. You have 2 of the funnest stats, right? You don't feel damage in the game, and you don't feel Dex either. No, you don't feel defense either, right? That much. And it doesn't make it more fun being more tanky. But what is fun is having high Dex, high speed. And that is why I main Jiro. He's bad. He is the worst. But he's simply really fun. And the likelihood of me losing this game right now is actually surprisingly high, even though I'm a stock up, right? Because of the way Jiro is. The low defense means you get absolutely bodied by people. And if you don't pay full attention all the time, you lose. And that's how it is. But he's fun, and that's all that matters. Unless you're playing Brawlhalla competitively, then that's all that really matters. And people like to say that meta doesn't matter. Meta doesn't matter in low rank, and I agree with that somewhat. But with Jiro, it's to a different level. Jiro is not only bad, but extremely difficult to play. He has Scythe and Sword. Right, Sword could be called pretty easy, but he has Scythe, which is very, very difficult. And what he struggles with, like significantly, yeah, is the worst thing about Jiro is not like anything to do with like the meta. It's just him as a character. Like when you don't have SIGs you can crouch on, and you have a few Sig True combos, right? But you need, or one Sig True combo, which makes your character viable, but it's a really difficult input. It makes the character so hard to play. Like, me versus a Terrace, right? The Terrace barely has to hit me. It's playing easy weapons, which are high damage, yeah? And has solid SIGs. Oh my god, this guy. It's one of the guns players which just bounce around. But the skill that I have to win that game versus him is like immaculately different. You just have to be better. You can't ever win when you're worse or on par with your opponent. You just have to simply be better than them. And that sounds like a funny thing to say. Like, of course the better player wins. That is not true. The better player doesn't often win. In Brawl at least. Because it's the player who does the most cheesy things wins in ranked at least. Finds the kills earlier. Like, which, you know, a better player is normally, you know, more solid at doing that. But honestly, skill matters very little in rank queue. There's random match, which is another reason Jiro is terrible in ranked, right? Because you could just get small Brawlhaven and then lose the game automatically. And that could happen, and you could just die orange with 4 defense. You see, what people don't take into consideration about a character and why they're so bad is how easy they are, right? This guy's playing Katars, where you can just simply mash moves and kill people, right? It's that easy. Katars, very easy weapon. If you're at any higher rank, everyone knows Katars are very easy. You just mash, and you can kind of read and react. And that's just how it is. And then he doesn't have to think about what he's doing as hard, so he can think about things like neutral game and spacing. Doesn't have to think about what string he's going to get and where he's going to hit. So then I lose the game. He also has good stats, and he also has good SIGs, meaning that me trying to play against someone like that becomes like pressingly difficult. So that is what Jiro is one of the hardest legends in the game, while being one of the worst. And at the same time, that leads to a character that at all elo is bad. At all elo, Jiro is bad. And I would not recommend playing him if you're looking to win at all. If you're looking to win, I would not recommend playing him. If I play Mordex, right, and I played against that same guy I just got 2-shocked with, I bet I would win, or the game would be very, very close, right? Same with like an Azov, like he has bow and axe, 2 very easy weapons, godly stats and godly SIGs. So he gets to not think about, oh, you know, I can't get hit by that one move because, you know, because it's going to do 20 damage to me, because it will only do like 18 to him. And then like, yeah, it can pay off, you know, you can do cool strings. And that's why I play him, because he is hella fun, right? But if you're looking to win in any of the any of the imagination of winning, do not play Jiro. Like, he's just not good. And I know as I'm doing this, I'm hitting like cool clips, but that's just me playing, you know, the game a lot. And now I play Jiro a lot. Obviously, you can make it work. Just because someone's bad and hard doesn't mean that they're unplayable. At a high level, they are kind of low-key are unplayable though, but that's a story for another day. I'm gonna play in Winter Champs once with Jiro until I want to actually win, and you know, I start to show signs of losing, and then I'm gonna hop straight off to Jiro. That's honestly what it is. Like if you're playing against someone who's just significantly worse than you, playing Jiro makes it a little bit of fun because you have to try a little bit harder. And also, what playing Jiro has taught me is really how to like not crutch on a character, because his SIGs are not good, right? So it's taught me, well, he's got a few decent ones, but it's taught me not crutching on like a certain character's SIGs. It's taught me how not to crutch on like a high defense stat or high attack stat. It's kind of taught me to play the game always like I have got a massive disadvantage, because I do. And it has made me better on my other characters like Mordex. I hit 2300 with Jiro, right? And then the second I did it, I dropped Jiro that season, and I played Mordex. And the people that I was struggling to hit 2300 with, yeah? The struggling and up and losing and winning and like, oh, I couldn't beat. They became so easy when I got on Mordex. It was like unbelievable. Like I was like 2-stocking them and 3-stocking them on the Mordex. But we got the W. And we're gonna try and get some good Jiro clips right now. We're gonna hit a saucy Jiro clip. If you're here, you know, if you want to see some Scythe gameplay, I'm on the Scythe a lot. Make sure to subscribe. More content which isn't Jiro soon. I know I've been playing a lot of him recently, but I want to hit rank 1 and then I'll probably stop playing him as much. I think Jiro is a savable character though. They could give him some buffs which make him playable. They have tried to buff him in the past, but it really was not near being enough. And the buffs are really weird as well. They gave bonus force, but he's like a 4 strength character, so he shouldn't, or 5 strength character, so he shouldn't necessarily have the most force. But now some of the SIGs just have like crazy force. And a character like Koji is just an example of, even with high dex and not the most solid of stats, oh, I always do that. You can win. You know why? Because he's got good SIGs. Because of his high dex, he's got fast SIGs, right? That's something Jiro doesn't have. So he gets fast SIGs, and his weapon and like his stats are just slightly better. And then Koji is a really good character. And if Jiro had SIGs half as good as Koji, he would be playable, you know? Or even one SIG as good as Koji down SIG on bow, right? Then he would be good. Or any of Koji's bow SIGs. I think all of Koji's bow SIGs are better than every one of Jiro's SIGs. Oh, that could have been a little... Like that SIG, man. The down sig is good on Jiro. I will say that it's pretty solid, but it's got like a big dead zone. It doesn't really have that much force. He didn't touch. I'm terrible at Brawlhalla. Oh. Oh. Oh, if he had jumped, man, if he'd only jumped. And right now, right, we're even. So you'd think, oh yeah, we're evenly skilled. But I would really love to play this guy on like a Mordex, in on Mordex and just see what happened. Or even on the Koji. And I did pick up Jiro because in the beginning it was a meme, right? Like, whenever I was getting really tilted playing against my friend Rex, I would play Jiro and it would make me less tilted because he was so, like, funnily bad to play. And then I started really enjoying him. Ooh. And then now I'm just a Jiro main. Ooh. Ooh. Like... Oh, I didn't touch it, GG. I did touch. No way. No way. But like, I could fit like... Oh, that nair! That nair! No way. That was a really good nair. And the 4 defense loses me the game. We're gonna go for one more. We're gonna go for one more. I'm gonna do it, right? I'm gonna do this like a stream, right? Follow me. Make sure to follow me at Twitch.tv. Make sure to sub to me, right? On YouTube. But I'm gonna do a stream where I just play Mordex and gain like 200-300 elo. After like just trying my heart out on Jiro. Because it really is like... Because Mordex is my highest level character and was my main for ages. And he's really like like... It makes every character feel so good after playing Jiro. Like, you feel like all your SIGs are great. You, like, don't die really early. You don't have to be as careful because you're not for defense. You actually hit people for a lot of damage. You know. You get all these lovely benefits. But then when you're on Jiro, you hit them the same amount, like the Scarlet. And then you just get chunked because you're for defense. Okay, great. And then you think about, it just makes you depressed. Like, do not play Jiro. Oh. Unless you're looking to have fun, he's very fun, I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I wouldn't main him, obviously. God. Oh, gotta not get tilted, because obviously Scarlet, one of the easiest characters in the game, kind of brain dead character, everyone knows that. But, and then they have such good stats. And hammer. And that SIG, right? That SIG could be one of the best SIGs in the game if the second part only came out if you hit. This SIG, like, why do I throw the second part? There's absolutely no need. Oh my god. This guy's... And this is what I mean, I lose to players like this because of the matchup. And it gets really tilting, because obviously in tourney on any other character, it would be like a stomp. Because you have to try so hard on Jiro, you can't go autopilot for like 1 second, or you have 4 defense. So it becomes really mentally straining to lose to players which like are like the Scarlet. Oh. Oh. And then by the time you like realize you're losing, you're 1 stock red. But we're gonna hit a nice clip. Watch, we're gonna hit a nice clip. Dodge, dodge, dodge. Oh, I'm bad. And a game like this looks very like winnable. Like, I'm on a big comeback, but one any SIG or even Sarah on the Scarlet, or a mistake from me, and it's over. Yeah, she knows that as well. Okay. GG. So we came back from the reverse 3 stock, and I showed you that he is playable when you really put your mind to it and focus. But make sure to sub to me. I will see you guys in the next one, and follow me on Twitter. My Twitter is kind of like it's where I shit post. I just post random things, right? And yeah, follow me on Twitter. All the links in the description. And I'll see you guys next one. Later.